She sat on the cold stone steps of an old church before dawn, bruised eye, split lip, arms wrapped in purple and blue, her dress torn, blood dried into the fabric. A baby whimpered in her arms, while a toddler slept against her side, unaware of the world falling apart around him. Her husband was a soldier for the family, a violent one. When the money ran short and the temper flared, he used his fists. Tonight he used the door. He beat her, then threw her into the street like trash. No family left, no money, no courage to knock on anyone's door. Shame weighed heavier than the bruises. She thought the church steps were neutral ground. No one would look for her there. The iron gates creaked open just as the sky began to lighten. The man who walked out wasn't a priest. He wore a black coat, polished shoes, no collar, no Bible. Just a quiet presence that carried weight. He stopped when he saw her, took in everything in one glance, the injuries, the children, the fear. He didn't ask questions, didn't offer prayers, didn't judge. He sat beside her. Minutes passed, maybe longer. The city held its breath. Finally, she whispered, barely audible. Maybe I deserved it. He said I was worthless. The man turned his head slowly. His voice was calm, controlled, dangerous in another life. No one who survives hell is worthless, he said. You're still breathing. That means you're strong. She didn't know she was sitting next to the most feared man in the city, the boss everyone called Il Silencio, because when he spoke, people disappeared. He made one call. Within minutes, a black sedan rolled up quietly. A woman stepped out. Elegant, sharp-eyed, kind in a way that came from seeing too much pain. She wrapped a coat around the woman's shoulders and lifted the baby like she'd done it 100 times. They didn't take her to a shelter. They took her somewhere safe. Doctors treated her wounds, no questions asked. A small apartment appeared overnight. Furniture followed, clothes, groceries, then a job at a bakery owned by someone who owed the boss his life. No contracts, no favors demanded, just protection. Weeks passed, then months. The bruises faded. Her hands learned dough and heat. She became manager. Her children laughed again. The fear loosened its grip. 1 year later, she stood in that same church. Different woman. Chin lifted. Voice steady. I sat on these steps ready to disappear, she said. A stranger sat beside me and said nothing. That silence saved my life. Her eyes found the man in the back row. You didn't save me with power, she said. You saved me by showing up. The boss nodded once. In the underworld, kindness is rare, but when it appears, it changes everything. One act can save a soul. If this story moved you, subscribe for more powerful Mafia stories of darkness, redemption, and unexpected mercy.